and wants to be free.
Yeah, papa, you cook a kuni at twice. Uto me can so who baby a walk. Ya pamuchop ya tia pussy, I just so granny and me pumping a cogenso. Yam more pania or mampeni or gani at swaba. Ada ya swaba papa.
Must stop it, Saudi. Mopia mo plake, mobia nyakwa emabiem, mobia nyakwa emabiem. Mobia landada obia, mobia mba. Saudi is a living hell. Ahanye.
That's the sound of an enslaved victim we choose to call Sewa. She paints a grim and chilling picture of the horrors female migrant workers endure in the Gulf states. This is just a minute aspect of the nightmare those who fly in search of the Arab dream face. But this reality does not deter the many young girls who are in constant hurry to fly to countries such as Iran, Libya, and Saudi Arabia, trafficked by human trafficking syndicates.
If it is a fasting time, for that time you work until daybreak.
No food.
No food. Even you can work, you can be there sometimes going 2 weeks time, you cannot even bath. They will not give you chance to bath. Even if you eat in the morning, like if you take tea, sometimes maybe this in evening time, sometimes afternoon time, they will give you small food. But sometimes evening time, they will not even give you this in, like they will give you old, the one they eat and left. They will not give you new one to eat. They are not doing that day.
This is Mariam Aishetu, a returnee from Saudi Arabia. When she sat in a plane en route to Saudi Arabia a year ago, thoughts that ran through her mind were that she was finally going to achieve her dream of a good life. She was promised a lucrative job and many goodies by her agent that will enable her write off all her life struggles.
I was selling a Brunin Katia at Ashama to Tema before I go there.
Does that suggest that you weren't making enough money, so you wanted to go there in order to make more money?
Yes.
What were you promised when, who convinced you that there were better opportunities there?
My friend convinced me that if I go there, I'll make enough of money and I'll come back and be someone in future, because the business that I was doing, it was not decent. It was not good because I was not getting what I want there, and that can lead me to steal, and I don't want to do it.
So when you met the agent who assisted you, what did the agent tell you?
He told me that if I go there, I'll make Ajia and I'll get a lot of money, and I'll not be working. I'll only take care of their children, and then if I need anything, I can do it. If I want any food, that I can cook it myself and eat. That's all.
How much did you pay this agent?
Actually, this agent, I paid 5 million before I go.
No, it wasn't. It was far from the rosy life she was promised. Aishetu just added to the high statistic of female migrant workers who are maltreated and abused by their caretakers in the Gulf states.
When I went there, it was not easy, because I don't even know how to put it. Because when I went there, I nearly died before I came back here.
When you say it wasn't easy, tell us, usually what do they make you do? What do you do there in the house?
In the house, When I start the work at 6 o'clock in the morning, unless evening time, midnight, maybe sometimes 3 or 2 o'clock before I stop the work. And if it is a fasting time, for that time you work until daybreak.
According to the Ghana Immigration Service, 16,365 Ghanaians left the country to the Gulf region in 2016. Between November 2015 and February 2016, an estimated 5,400 Ghanaians left the country to the same region. The figures show that about 4,100 of them were females. It further showed that Kuwait and Saudi Arabia were the destinations for more than 4,000 of them, while the remaining figure was distributed among Iraq, Qatar, Lebanon, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Oman. This is what is on the books of the authorities, but there are many out there whose details are undocumented. My name is Kwetenati. In today's edition of Hotline, I would be speaking to victims of trafficking, female migrant workers in detention camps, migration experts, the foreign affairs and gender ministries. Also in this documentary, I go undercover to expose an international trafficking ring to reveal how deep this canker is.
Sometimes if you are working the house boys or the men, they will be trying to have sex with you just because they are not getting ladies easy like here. So they will be doing that to you. If you are lucky, they will leave you. But if you are not lucky, they will do that and they will kill you again because they don't want them to get them.
Did you experience any of this?
Only once.
I've come to the northern region capital of Tamale to meet Mariam. The smile she greets me with soon wears out the moment we begin discussing her ordeal in Saudi Arabia. Long hours of work were the least of her troubles. She was sexually harassed every day till she could take it no more. Miriam says she broke her leg while trying to avoid being raped by her caretaker's son.
I was working, and that's my every day. If I'm working, the guy will be doing as if he wants to remove something in the cabinet. Whilst I'm standing there, he will be touching my bottom sometimes, and I don't like that. So one day I was in my room sleeping. It was fasting time, and his parents are all out, and he came inside my room. So after that day that I left in their house, he tried to have sex with me, and I pushed him down, and I jumped over window and ran away.
When you jumped over the window, what happened?
I couldn't run because that it was 3 steps. When I jumped like that, I lie down till 1 hour before I now get up and run to the roadside. And police catch me and send me to the police station.
The law is supposed to protect the vulnerable, irrespective of your jurisdiction. But when Miriam ran into the police in Saudi Arabia and told them about her near-rape experience, they rather dragged her to a deportation center and held her for 2 months. They condemned her for not allowing herself to be raped.
Yes, I told the police. The police and the Arabs police, they are all the same, because if you tell them, they will told you that who asked you to come there, because they knew that if you are working in the house like that, the boys will try to have sex with you, because they are not been seeing ladies like here. So if you are there working, they will be trying to have sex with you. So the police, I explain everything to the police. Even my case is small. So they didn't even mind my case because my case is small in the police station there.
So did they imprison you?
No, they didn't imprison me. They took me to the deporting center and keep me there for 2 months before this deport me.
When you are at the deporting center, what happened there?
When I'm at the deporting center, my boss came there and he told the people that he want to take me back to the house. And the people said that I should follow my boss to the house because I don't understand Arab. I explained everything and they are not getting me right. So then I called Ghana Embassy and the embassy came there and defend me and told them what I'm trying to say. And they said that if that is the case, then I should be there. They will deport me here. But the deporting center, if you go there and see the way Ghana people are suffering there, wallahi, it's not easy. They are injecting some people, they make them mad. Some are even nearly dead because I have one of my friend at Goshigo side, no. They pour hot water to that girl. We are in the same room at the deporting center, but I don't know what.
Mariam is not the only one with a painful story about life in the Gulf. It's an experience many victims don't like to share. 20-year-old Akusia thought an opportunity to work in the Gulf states will enable her to fulfill her dream of accessing secondary education. Akusia's brother lured her to accept an offer to travel to Saudi Arabia. She abandoned her well-paying job to embark on the journey. But looking back now, she has regrets.
Nothing about those things. For me, like this, I was working, and through my brother, before I was connected to the agent. So he didn't tell me, he just told me that the work there is just like the work I'm doing in Ghana here. I was working with some Lebanese. He just told me that the same work, and if I get there, the people are very good. They will take me to shopping. They don't want me to wear my things that I'll bring from here to that place. They will send me to shopping. They will buy me phones, anything that I want. Even my food, my fridge is in my room. Anything that I wish to eat, I will get it. But unfortunate for me, it wasn't like that.
Okay. Would you say you have regrets also for making that decision?
Yeah, I have regretted. The reason being that when I was working here, although the money is not much, but I am saving on my own. I am things that when I was at home, I couldn't do. When I was working, I tried to do those things. And when I got there, the way they told me things would be moving for me very well, it wasn't moving for me like that. And I was very angry. Even chatting my family to tell them things are not going on well, they proved me wrong not to say anything. I should concentrate and continue with anything that will happen there. I should cope with it, which I can't. I know I can't. So I am not supposed to force myself or to struggle myself in such suffering. Yeah. I wasn't comfortable at all. I wasn't comfortable. I know I couldn't make it when I was in Ghana, and I thought I'll go and make it there, and it haven't go through. And it's very, very annoying. I unfortunate for me, I couldn't continue my education, and that was the main reason for my family sending me there, insisting that I should go there. If I go there, I'll get the money to come and continue my education. I'm just a JHS graduate. I couldn't go to SHS, and because of that, they are trying to send me there to go and earn the money there and then continue my education, and it haven't worked well with me.
I was keen on understanding why Akos doesn't want to talk about her dark experience in Saudi Arabia. Akos is haunted by the history of maltreatment and abuse she and many other African women suffered at the hands of their caretakers. It's terrifying, she says. In your case, what was the experience at Saudi Arabia?
My experience, it was very bad when I got there. In my situation, it was very bad.
When you say it was very bad, what exactly do you mean?
The exact thing that I mean is the very day I got there, on my passport, it was shown to me that I'm going to Riyadh. But when I got there, when we got to Riyadh, I was moved alone. We were 2 in numbers from Ghana to that place, and I was separated alone, taken to another country again. And through there, I got to experience a lot of things before going to my kafil house.
When you say you experience a lot of things, tell us about that experience.
When I got there, the person that came to pick me at the airport, he told me that he's sending me to the sister's house, that I'll be very comfortable there before my kafil will come and pick me and sort of things. He will give me food, everything. And I said, okay, I was very happy whilst he was talking to me. So when we got to the house, he sent me to somebody else, not even the sister, but that place. When I got there, a lot of people were there, different country, a lot. And I met a Ghanaian girl that she's also being taken to some place. At that moment when I got there, she's also going to another person's house, so she couldn't talk to me much. But there are some Africans there that I met, and they told me, when I got there, I tried to make friends with them, and they tried to tell me a lot about that place. And at that moment, I was panicking because that wasn't what I've heard of before going there. I was panicking. But the grace upon me, and through my prayers, I became friend with the woman in the house. In that place, to have overheard that they will sell you and the woman will take the money. She is selling and she will take her money. So I became friend with her, and she's also not from that country. She says she's from another country and she came to marry there. And because of my friendship, how I try to be free with her to just get her to get some clue about the country, she told me a lot, and I tried to hold myself. And since then, she liked me a lot, and she bought me a phone that I should hide. If I hide it, it will help me. If anything, I should contact her, and she will show me the guidelines and then move out of it.
You said you got scared when you were being told of stories there. Yeah. What did they tell you that got you panicking?
When I make friends there, my friend was telling me that
unable to endure the ordeal and long hours of work with little food to eat, she absconded from her slave master's house. But she rather ends up in the hands of a man who wanted to sexually molest her. Akosia's savior became her unending nightmare.
The people in the country, they are very wicked. And I told her it is a lie. But for me believing, I was there for 1 month when a lot of people, somebody will come today and maybe they will come and buy him or her away and others. So there is a Ghanaian girl that came there. She was beaten, very beaten, and she got hurt. And through her speech, she said she's with her kafil and she's working. And they went, every day she will go to farm, she will go and bath for cows and others. After that, she'll come and cook. And one day when she went to the farm, the moment she came, she saw her SIM card on the floor, and the SIM card, when she bent to take it, the SIM card vanished. So that makes her panic, and she tried to run away from her house, and they caught her, sent her to police station. They beat her mercilessly, and they brought her to that place. So through that experience, I was very, very panicked, and I felt guilty.
Describe what you saw at that particular place for us and the condition in which some of the girls were in.
Yeah, the very moment I saw the girl, the condition in which she is is very bad. And even the woman that I am free with, I try to like convince her that she should take care of the girl, but she said she can't do anything because this is what the madam says and what the girl is saying is a lie. They mostly listen to them but not us. If we are explaining ourselves, they don't want to listen to us but listening to their fellow women, because what they say is final. They are taking care of us, so whatever they do is final because they know theirs is right and ours is wrong. So at that moment, I became very sad.
This is the worrying situation thousands of Ghanaian migrants go through, especially in the Gulf region, including Kuwait, Qatar, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia. A study by the US Department of State in 2013 estimated that globally, the number of people trafficked yearly ranges between 600 and 800 million. Ghana is part of this statistic. Is it a challenge of lax security at the airports, or how do these girls make it to the Gulf states when the bilateral agreement that made it easy to travel to the Gulf region has been cancelled? The chief protocol at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Joseph Ago, blames middlemen, popularly known as Goro boys, who aid the girls to get around the system.
Recently, there was this meeting in the ministry where some stakeholders, both from Ghana and from some of the Gulf states and their representatives, were called to a meeting on how to streamline the whole process. You see, now, we still have the Goro people in the system, and unfortunately, our women try to use some of these unapproved routes of using the Goro people to get access by way of documentations to travel. They get there, the passports are collected from them, and then when they are in a problem, there's no any other way out. So these are some of the
Why are we finding it difficult in dealing with this challenge?
We are finding it difficult to deal with the challenge basically because we do not, as a people, we do not want to do the right thing. There are a lot of opportunities here. The monies that you pay for these agents to go looking for non-existent jobs will have given you some good job doing. You can set up a small scale, whatever you have, and start doing it. But it is like everybody's in a hurry to go outside.
And one person who was in a hurry to fly out of the country is 28-year-old Fidelia Ajete. She's also a Saudi returnee. She's currently unemployed. She fell for the sweet lies about good life in Saudi Arabia. Life in her dream paradise turned out to be hell, a place of torture.
The condition is very bad because they will not give you a time to rest. They will not allow you to rest. They will give you their food. We even send our food there, they reject it. So they will give you their own food. But it's difficult for us to eat the food. So as you wake up, I actually wake up in the morning, 4 a.m. I'll be working until 12 p.m. in the night. Then I'll wake up the next day, 4 a.m. again. So you wash, you clean the rooms, the tiles, you can go and mop the wall. Those things I do. So they don't give me a room to sleep. They give me a hall. The bath that they gave me, that the place I bath, I go to private, I even dress myself in the bath. The lady didn't allow me to dress in their room or the hall. But there's so many rooms there that they can give me, but they didn't give me. So
why did they do that?
I don't know. But before you go, my agent, the one who do the passport, everything for me, told me that they will be giving me a place to stay, to sleep. I will be there with my phone. Even they will buy me a phone to call my people in Ghana and heard about them, they also will know that I went and read. The day that I reached the house, the lady, she took my bag, she took my phone. I was having 2 phones. She took the phone. She told me that I will not use phone in their house.
Fidelia was virtually living a life of a prisoner, a life she never dreamed of when her agent first talked her into the idea. She never expected to be greeted by such condition. She was often locked up in the room and abused, she says.
My agent also told me that he is doing that work for so many months or years now. So many ladies are there. They passed through his hand before they were there. They didn't complain about anything. But when I go to the place, it was very bad for me. So I called my agent that I want to come back to Ghana. He said, no way. There's no way that I can go to Saudi. For he spent so lot of money for my transportation, my tickets, my passport. So I can't come back just like that. I have to spend almost 1 year. And I told him the condition is very bad for me. And I even get sick. I got sick in the house. Blood is coming into my nose. So every day I'm crying. I told the lady that if she don't want me to go out, I'll go. So they lock the house everywhere. There's no place you can run. There is no place that you can get and run. So I was there. I told her that I will not work. I will not work again until she took me to the airport, then I'll go.
Did you feel like you were a prisoner when you were locked in the house?
Yes, I felt like that because they doesn't understand my language. The woman understand English small, but if I'm complaining about something, she also don't understand me. Her own too, I'm not understand her. So I'm like prisoner. Even the time we come to the deposit center, that place is a prison.